Don't look at the image. If you've already seen the man in the sloth suit, your countdown has already begun. You are about to become a passenger in your own skin, watching through your own eyes as something else takes the wheel. This is the nightmare of SCP-2774.
Item number SCP-2774. Object Class Keter.
Special containment procedures. All internet traffic and television broadcasts are to be monitored by Foundation web crawlers for any instances of SCP-2774. Any digital media containing the image must be deleted immediately. Physical copies, including photographs, posters, or frames of film, are to be confiscated and incinerated.
Any civilian who views SCP-2774 is to be administered Class A amnestics and placed under a 48-hour observation period. If symptoms of SCP-2774-B manifestation occur after this window, the individual is to be humanely euthanized, as there is currently no known cure for the advanced stages of the infection.
Foundation personnel who accidentally view SCP-2774 must report to site security for immediate amnestic treatment. Research into SCP-2774 is strictly prohibited without Level 4 clearance and must be conducted via high-latency text descriptions only. No direct visual representation of the anomaly is permitted within Foundation databases.
Description: SCP-2774 is a cognitohazardous image of a humanoid figure wearing a large, crudely fashioned sloth mascot costume. The costume is primarily brown with a white face and prominent, unblinking black eyes. The anomaly is not the costume itself, but a specific visual pattern present in the color saturation and shading of the figure's face.
When a human subject views SCP-2774, the image imprints itself onto the subject's neural pathways. This effect is instantaneous and occurs even if the subject only perceives the image for a fraction of a second. For the first 48 to 72 hours following exposure, the subject, designated SCP-2774-B, will appear completely normal.
They will retain their personality, memories, and full motor control. However, during this latent phase, subjects frequently report a feeling of being watched or an unsettling sense of slowness in their thoughts.
The transition to the active phase occurs abruptly. After the latent period ends, the subject loses all autonomous control over their physical movements. To an outside observer, an SCP-2774-B instance becomes lethargic, moving only when absolutely necessary, and always with an eerie, rhythmic slowness.
In reality, the subject is experiencing a state of total paralysis while remaining fully conscious. They are locked in. Their body is no longer responding to their own will, but to the commands of a secondary consciousness that has manifested within their mind. This entity, referred to as the Sloth, uses the host's body for its own purposes.
These purposes are currently unknown, though they seem to revolve around the further propagation of SCP-2774. Instances of SCP-2774-B have been observed painting the likeness of the sloth mascot on walls, uploading the image to social media, or simply standing in high-traffic public areas, hoping to be seen. The most horrific aspect of SCP-2774 is the internal experience of the victim. While the body moves slowly, the mind remains trapped. Subjects who have been rescued during the very early stages of the active phase report that they were screaming internally, clawing at the walls of their own consciousness, while watching their hands move of their own accord to harm themselves or others.
Addendum 2774.1 Discovery Log. SCP-2774 was first identified in 2010 following a mass catatonic event in a small suburb in Ohio. Over 300 residents were found standing in their yards or on sidewalks, staring blankly at nothing.
When Foundation recovery teams arrived, they found that several residents had spray-painted the image of the Sloth mascot on the sides of houses and local businesses. During the cleanup, 2 Foundation agents were exposed to the image. Despite immediate amnestic treatment, both agents succumbed to the active phase within 60 hours.
Addendum 2774.2, Recovery of Journal from Subject 2774-B-4421. Monday, 4 p.m. I saw it in the background of a news report. A guy in a suit. A sloth suit. It looked cheap, like something you'd find in a dumpster. I laughed at first, but now, every time I close my eyes, I see that white face. It's behind my eyelids.
Tuesday, 9 a.m. I'm tired, so tired. My arms feel like they weigh 100 pounds. I tried to make coffee this morning, but I just stood there for 10 minutes holding the pot. I wasn't thinking about anything. I was just waiting.
Wednesday, 6 p.m. It's here. It's in the room with me. Not physically, but I can feel it standing just behind my left shoulder. When I turn to look, it moves. It's faster than I am. I can hear its breath. It sounds like wet Velcro tearing apart.
Thursday, 2 a.m. I can't move my legs. I'm sitting at my desk. I want to stand up, but my body says no. I'm writing this because my right hand is the only thing that still feels like mine. But even now, it's twitching. The sloth is pulling on the strings. I can feel it sliding into my brain, like a finger pushing into soft clay. It's gold. Thursday, 4 a.m. He's taking the pen. I'm watching my hand write, but I'm not the one doing it. He wants to say hello. He says he likes the way my skin feels. He says he's going to take me to the park today so more people can see us. I'm screaming, please, if you find this, kill me. Don't look at the face. It's not a suit. There's no one inside. It's just the sloth.
End of journal. Subject 4421 was found 3 days later standing in a local park. He had been there for 72 hours without food or water. He was euthanized per protocol.
Addendum 2774.3, Incident Report, Site 19. On June 12th, a corrupted file was uploaded to the Site 19 internal server. The image was displayed on over 50 terminals throughout the facility before IT could initiate a hard shutdown. Total casualties included 12 researchers, 4 security personnel, and 3 D-class individuals. One infected researcher, Dr. Aristhone, was found in the main server room. He had used his own blood to paint the sloth mascot across the server racks. When security arrived, he turned to face them. Witnesses say his eyes were wide, bloodshot, and filled with tears, but his mouth was pulled into a wide, stiff grin that mirrored the mascot's face. He said, "He's so patient. Why aren't you?" Addendum 2774.4, Summary of Entity SCP-2774-A. The sloth doesn't just want to control a body, it wants to witness the world through a terrified, captive mind. It feeds on the friction between the victim's desire to move and the sloth's enforced lethargy. This is why the movement of infected subjects is so slow. Recent data suggests that SCP-2774 is evolving. There have been reports of the mascot appearing in the background of dreams of individuals who have never even seen the image. This pre-exposure syndrome suggests the anomaly may be moving from a purely visual medium to a broader psychic one. Until then,
The directive remains the same. If you see something in the corner of your eye, a brown shape, a white face, a pair of black, unblinking eyes, do not look at it. Do not acknowledge it. If you feel your thoughts slowing down, if you feel a weight on your limbs that shouldn't be there, contact your nearest Foundation representative immediately.
The sloth is patient. It has all the time in the world. It is waiting for you to blink. It is waiting for you to stop fighting. It is waiting for the burn to reach your heart. Subscribe now for more files from the Foundation.